Hi, it's Bernie D'Souza again, and this is Vidcast number 3, and I'm looking forward to sharing with you the word opportunity. Now, this is the second chapter in the book called Your Success is Hidden in Your Daily Routine. Chapter 1 I talked about review, and if you want to go back to the start point of the last chapter, that's Vidcast 2, and you can pick it up from there. But from today's options and this word opportunity, you could run with this anyway. Now, the word opportunity, there's opportunity in almost every situation of our life. Sometimes people look at challenges as a challenge or a problem, and other people look at it as an opportunity. And throughout the book I give you a lot more detailed information about how we can make the most of every opportunity. But the first thing, I think, we've got to be prepared, because when an opportunity comes, if you're not prepared, it's very difficult to make the most of it. And you often hear of different areas of people who've made fantastic businesses or gains, or just subtle changes in their life, and usually it's down to taking an opportunity and making the most of every situation. Let me give you a couple of examples. I was reading a book recently about a friend who recommended this. You've got to read this chapter. It's about a guy who was running a barbershop, a family barbershop that they've had for centuries. What happened was a big chain came from out of town in America, and they were setting up what they called the $6 haircut. We could go in, have a haircut, be out in a very short while, new stools, bright, everything, all singing and dancing. Now, to compete against this barbershop, this family business would have been bankrupt, because there's no way they could reduce their haircuts to under $6, and they didn't have the marketing experience, the staff, and they were worried, and for 2 weeks they weren't too sure what to do, so they had like a brainstorming option. And what they came up with was this idea. Where they had $6 haircuts over here, they had the same barbershop within less than 100 meters, and it said, "We fix $6 haircuts." Now, I thought that was great, because they looked at a situation where they could have been bankrupt, but they made that a marketing tool for themselves. They had more exclusive clientele. They put themselves in a position where they offered coffee, and they made it more upbeat. And all of a sudden, people felt almost like it was a status symbol to go to their "We Fix $6 haircut." So there's just one example there. I can think of another example, perhaps when I was rang at short notice on a Friday night and said, "Would you be prepared to travel in the next few hours to America to speak?" Now, I had my notes prepared, I had a case already prepared, so I thought, well, I could do it. It was inconvenient, but I said, yeah, I'd go. Now, sometimes when I was on that flight, I was thinking, well, what am I doing? I don't know who's going to pick me up. I don't know where I'm going to go. So I went to a speaking engagement, and it's in Chicago. And I got a chance to meet up with one of the other speakers at the event called Robert Kiyosaki. He's a famous author. He did Rich Dad, Poor Dad and Cash Flow Quadrant. And that gave me an opportunity to spend some time with him. We got on really well. A month later, I was in a position where I encouraged him to come to England to speak in Newcastle. I spent 4 or 5 days with him, picked his brains, and it's a great chance to really be with someone who's not just successful and very wealthy and probably a billionaire now, but someone who's very interesting. And I learned so many tips and techniques and life-changing activities which made a big difference to myself. So I think you've got to be looking at every situation as an opportunity, and be ready to look at things, and just take every day when you look at things, don't look at the challenge, look at where it could be. And sometimes our greatest opportunities are hidden and disguised as a problem. Throughout the chapter, if you really want to go into more depth, what I'd recommend you do is perhaps read into the book the word opportunity, because there's several pages there, and I've just tried to give you like a little overview and being optimistic about your future. Now, the next chapter we're going to talk about is really very important. The next chapter is going to be talking about goals. And the next chapter on using goals will really help you home in so you can get the best out of life. You've got to remember one thing. If you're not aiming for something, you might hit it. So here, the next chapter is use goals. Thank you. This is Bernie D'Souza, over and out. 10 seconds. The word today is stretch. Stretch your mind mentally, physically, emotionally. Make sure you're in a position where you're aiming for something which is just out of reach of your stretch. Stretch every area of your life apart from your waistline. And finally, if you want more information about the book, Your Success is Hidden in Your Daily Routine, please go to www.yoursuccessis.com. And really, we'd love to have some of your positive feedback, so if you'd like to email me personally on bernie@berniedesouza.com, we'll get back to you straight away. Have a great day.